What's going on, everybody? It's about that time for Week 13 NFL 2014 recap. Yeah, I guess I'm stuttering because I'm looking at the right side where I see Geno Smith's face, and he just looks like a fucking moron and a burnt raccoon and a fucking douche. But that's the last game. That was Monday night. That was yesterday. We'll get to that. It's just so stupid and embarrassing. But we're gonna start it off with Chicago at Detroit. This game right here, bro, on Thanksgiving. Let me see. What did I take from this game? Yeah, the same shit. Why is Jay Cutler still a quarterback in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. There's a lot of I guess college quarterbacks that would do a lot better than a lot of the NFL quarterbacks. But this guy Jay Cutler, he finds a way to lose games, and it's pretty fascinating the way that certain teams will stick with a shitty player, but then on other teams, it's just like, yo, bro, you're getting the fuck out. Like I said, Mark Trestman, I don't know how much longer he has in Chicago, because that man, he just looks like a lifeless prick. I'm just being honest with you. I can't. Football is not the kind of sport where you need a fucking, a clown, soft. He's just not a guy. He's just not the guy for the job, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel in Chicago. I don't know how Bears fans feel. He just looks so lifeless. He doesn't look like he's supposed to be there. He looks like a guy that should be behind the desk trying to analyze what's going on and, writing a check or something. He doesn't look like the kind of guy that should be a head coach. I'm sorry. Offensive guru, my ass. It was a horrible display for the most part. They started off a little bit decent with Jeffries. He got that little touchdown catch or whatever. But other than that, it was that was a mockery, bro. The Lions. Let me see. I don't know how to explain the Lions. The Lions, I don't know what you don't know what you're gonna get from the Lions, because Matthew Stafford is another guy that just likes to throw the ball wild like a savage beast in Honduras while he's trying to make a coke transaction. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it's just sporadic. You don't know what you're gonna get from Matthew Stafford, and I can't trust Detroit. I really can't see them doing anything. I got love for Megatron. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna get out of that. And I love their defensive front. That defensive front is something that's pretty monstrous. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. But I still don't know. Jim Caldwell. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. Both these teams, I don't know what's happening with either one of them. Listen, NFC North matchup, I don't see either one of them going anywhere. I'm not worried about, like, I don't see either one of these two teams doing anything. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't see them beating anybody that's going to be like, oh, wow, it's an upset, because they don't do anything on a consistent basis. And at this point, Week 13, I'm looking for consistency. We got 4 weeks left. I'm trying to see what I'm trying to work with here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get a lot. Other than Detroit's defensive line, which I noticed is fucking outrageous. They look like they all just line up and get injected with steroids prior to the game. That D-line is fucking wild. And that's what makes their secondary look so good. Because the Dominican Sue and them boys are animals. That's pretty much all I took from it. I don't know how far a defensive line can take you. Time will tell. Philadelphia at Dallas. Let me just first say this. I put Tony Romo in the start and lost my fantasy game. My fantasy football game. Because I thought that Drew Brees was going to lay an egg with the Steelers. We all know now that Drew Brees did not lay an egg with the Steelers, and he went off, and Tony Romo was regular Tony Romo. When you need him to do what he's supposed to do, they come up short like his dick. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I thought Dallas had a chance to come out of the NFC East. It will be Philadelphia. I concede to the Eagles fans. I apologize. I right now feel like the Eagles has what it takes to come out of the NFC East. Because Dallas, it's just a fucking joke. They're a joke. Are you fucking serious? This is your day. This is, you remember those days back when it was just them playing on Thanksgiving? And then this is the origination of the fucking Thursday game. And then you go out there and get your ass whipped like you're supposed to be out there getting your ass whipped. Like, you really look like that's what you were supposed to be doing. Getting your ass whipped. The bottom line is this. I don't give a fuck about the whole situation. I was fucking going crazy watching this fucking game. The Dallas Cowboys, bro. What does Stephen A. Smith say? A fucking, what is it? Something waiting to happen? I forgot exactly what he says. There's some kind of shit waiting. there's something that I just look, bro. I don't even know how to describe it. They fucking suck, man. I don't even know. I'm so fucking pissed. They were an accident waiting to happen, like Stephen A. Smith says. That's what it was. I'm so angry, bro. I can't even think about the fucking regular slogan. They are so fucking garbage. I fucking and that pussy motherfucker over there, the coach. All right, let me just take a breath. Okay. All right, I'm back. All right, listen, this guy, Jason Garrett, bro, with his blonde hairdo, bro. Like, this guy is really running around with a blonde hairdo, dog. Like, you cannot be a head coach with that type of blonde hairdo. You cannot do it. I'm sorry. I'm just so disgusted with the Cowboys, man. I'm so disgusted that no matter what happens, they always fucking let you down. Once that fucking three-headed monster of Emmitt Smith, you know what I'm saying, Troy Aikman and the crackhead Michael Irvin, once they were gone, that's it. They fucking, that's a fucking joke there. I'm done with that. Seattle at San Francisco. I actually bet this game. I knew Seattle will butt fuck the 49ers, simply for the, they have to start playing the way they need to play to make the playoffs. And I keep on trying to tell everybody whenever I get into debates, the Seahawks are the most dangerous team in the NFL, because if they get going, they can make it work. They got a great head coach. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to look like a thug or whatever like that. You just got to show emotion. Do you see Pete Carroll's emotion? You want to win for him. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out there and play that type of game. That's what you want to do. You can't have a Mark Trestman on the sideline like, dudes, yeah, totally. Did you see Pokemon last night? Like, that's probably what Mark Trestman be talking about. He's a fucking asshole. I don't give a shit, bro. He has to fucking go. But like Pete Carroll looking at him, he's the kind of guy you want to play for. The 49ers, you want to play for Jim Harbaugh too, but they kind of polluted the guy's minds there, and the ownership don't want him, so he'll more than likely be out. But listen, the Seahawks had to win this game if they were, about their business. The NFC West is is arguably the toughest fucking, division. That right there, that I wouldn't want to play in that division with those teams, bro. The 49ers, the Seahawks, and the fucking Cardinals in the same goddamn division, bro. Like, what the fuck? That's a powerhouse going on in there, bro. That's a fucking powerhouse. So I really see the Seahawks still being a contender going to the Super Bowl. And even though the Patriots lost to the Green Bay Packers, I don't know. I don't think that the Packers will beat the Seahawks. So I would more than likely think that it'll still be what I already predicted earlier in the season, that the Patriots will be playing the Seahawks. The 49ers played like total shit. Kaepernick was an asshole the whole entire game. It was disgusting to watch. I can't say I enjoyed the game other than just watching the Seahawks. I love defensive games where the defense just stifles motherfuckers, and that's what the Seahawks did. He couldn't do nothing. They played like maniacs, and Kaepernick, as agile as he is, as great of a quarterback as he is, he just wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough. He played like shit, and they put up 3 points. Isn't that back-to-back? Didn't they limit the Cardinals to 3 points too? All right, like Kermit the Frog says, it ain't none of my business. San Diego at Baltimore. San Diego 34, Baltimore 33. This was a great game. It showed me a lot about San Diego after they got their ass beat by Miami and didn't score. Baltimore, I've already said that I don't think that they're going to be doing anything in the playoffs. I've said that, so it's not like it's anything new. It's not like I'm trying to backtrack. But, midget receivers can take you but so far. You know what I'm saying? Midget receivers, bro. And, pretty much it's going to be a situation it's going to be a situation where Baltimore is going to have to find a way to get the ball to bigger guys, because Steve Smith Sr., he's a strong guy, he runs routes, whatever like that. He's a fucking Mighty Mouse. He's a very small guy. And right now, we got to be honest with the way that the NFL is going. Tall receivers are what you need. You need big guys to make big plays. Steve Smith may be in the slot, but he's running on the outside like a maniac, and he's still, I'll give him credit. He's making plays. Torrey Smith making plays. He's about 6 foot, but it will take you but so far, especially as the corners get bigger. Now, San Diego doesn't really have big corners, but I'm just saying, for the playoffs coming into it, you're going to be playing teams with a lot bigger guys, and that will be effective. That's why I like you know, the Patriots, you know, Darrelle Revis is pretty short, but you know, you got Brown in there, you got a lot of other guys with height that's going to be able to put some work in, and regardless of who they play, you can have a decent matchup. But this game was definitely exciting, a lot of scoring. It was fun to watch, you know, but at the end of the day, San Diego, I don't know if they can beat the Patriots. I don't know if they can beat the Broncos. And this is week 13, and I'm trying to look and see what's going on with the AFC. I still predominantly like the Patriots. That's just my opinion on it. Coming out overall. So we have to see. I think San Diego can make noise. Baltimore, I don't even know what will happen, depending on what goes on for the rest of the last 4 weeks. But San Diego looked a lot better, and pulling this one out was huge. Cleveland at Buffalo. Buffalo 26, Cleveland 10. Yeah, your boy fucking Johnny Manziel finally got a chance to fucking do his $ shit, and he made sure that it was shown. The big controversy right now is if he should continue to be the starter and Brian Hoyer ride the bench like a fucking pony. At this point, I would probably stay with Manziel because he's the future of the franchise. If that's what you want him for, I would stay with him. The Buffalo defense is not a joke. So when people wonder why Hoyer was struggling, it's kind of unfair to pull a guy when you're playing a defense that's like that, but I understand the way the league is, and I understand that you got a guy that's so hungry on the bench that wants to play that you got to give him an opportunity in late in the fourth. I understand that. But at the same time, Manziel's not the kind of guy that you could put in and then bench him and then everybody's okay with it. People are going to go to bat for Manziel. So they're going to have to make a decision that's very, very hard. And I don't know if that coaching staff is equipped for what will happen if they don't play him again. I do think, in my personal opinion, that he should remain the starter. Regardless, he should just remain the starter at this point. You pulled somebody for him, leave him in. Let him be the starter now because you can't really backtrack right now with the way the season's going. I would just leave him there. Buffalo, on the other hand, I like Buffalo. I think Buffalo's a decent team. You know what I'm saying? You know, or your boy Orton, bro. Your boy Orton can make plays. He's not like the fucking, you know, he's not like a major asset, but he's more than a game manager. He's the guy that can get you a win. He's a guy that can make plays consistently. He's a guy that can do some things that other quarterbacks would have thrown picks. He's going to make plays. So Buffalo, and their defense is not a fucking joke either. So this wasn't like a game that I was surprised of. I thought Cleveland had a big shot to win it because of their defense, but Buffalo also has a great defense, and the better defense won this day. And the biggest thing out of this game was putting Manziel in the fourth and seeing what he could do, and, you know, $ raining and shit. So that's pretty much what I took from it. I do expect Manziel to start, and I do expect Cleveland to be a different team come next week. Houston, well, Tennessee at Houston. Houston 45, Tennessee 21. This game was wild, bro. You see, Tennessee, you know, they gave the Steelers a fight. They gave, like, different teams a fight, and then you go and get your ass whipped by Houston. You know, the NFL is a crazy, crazy sport. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy sport. I'm going to tell you that, bro. Because I did not see this being such a blowout. I actually thought Tennessee would play a decent game. I didn't expect it to be like this. But all in all, Houston played a well-rounded game. Arian Foster looked really, really good. I'm going to tell you something about Arian Foster, bro. I don't know, you know, he wasn't drafted, things like that. But I'm going to tell you this, man. He has a lot of unique skills, man. And you put, if he was just on a better team to start, you know what I'm saying, to start his career, yo, bro, you might be talking about Hall of Fame with that guy, man. That guy, he just plays the game at a different level, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, when I see something, I'm not the kind of guy, regardless if I like you or not, if you do something that's special, like if you're a special player, I got to give you your credit. Arian Foster's a special player, man. And just with his background and everything he came from, you know, teachers telling him he wouldn't be nothing, all that shit. Just a great story, man, to see him come out now and be able to play the game the way he's playing it, you know, despite the injuries and everything like that. His talent is, you know, it has to be. It's unparalleled. You know, he's not as fast as a lot of other guys, but his moves and the way he can just fucking take your ankles with him, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I just had to make sure I said that. You know, I promised myself I would say that. You got to give credit where it's due. Tennessee, what can I say? They were shitstorm flying down a fucking hill right now. There's nothing really to talk about with it. They got fucking exposed. They're trash. They need to start rebuilding. Not a lot to talk about. Washington at Indianapolis. Indianapolis 49, Washington 27. RG3, I'm very happy that he was benched. Colt McCoy didn't play as well as he should have, but he was a lot better than RG3 would have been. RG3 would have probably fumbled 9 times, put more extension in his hair, and bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. But when you're a grown man with extensions in your hair, like I said, you can't expect success. And I've been saying this for a while. RG3 is a bumburger bitch motherfucker. It wasn't anything exciting. Other than that Fleener drop, Fleener came back and put on a show, but that drop early on in the game, I was pissed. Because I have Andrew Luck as a fantasy quarterback, but Andrew Luck just exposed the Washington Redskins for what they are. A bunch of fucking assholes and a sack of shit. Pretty much what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you, beat around the bush with it. They suck. And they were exposed, and Andrew Luck, he saw pussy, he pulled his penis out and proceeded to fuck. Next game, this game right here was fucking hilarious. New York Giants at Jacksonville. Jacksonville 25, New York Giants 24. This game was hilarious. You know, while I was watching it, yo, bro, I was going back and forth. I was like, I don't really need to watch it. You know what I'm saying? They're winning so wildly. The Giants were up, I think, like 21-0. Whoa, or 21-3. It was some kind of wild score. They were up, and I was like, yo, this game's over, whatever, like that. Then I kept looking back, and then I saw Eli being Eli and shit, like the real Eli, like the Eli that you don't want and shit. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying, bro? Let's see what goes down. At the end of the game, when I saw the final come up on the bottom when I was watching another game, I was like, what? What the fuck? Yo, what? You don't even know what to say. Like, your face just like, you know, you look like that baby. You know, like the baby that's taking the shit. Like, you got that face like, what? What the fuck? Like, you don't want nobody to know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. Like, yo, they fucking suck, the Giants. Tom Coughlin has to go. Eli Manning has to leave, bro. He has to go now. He got 2 Super Bowl rings. They got to trade him. I don't think he should come back. I'm being honest with you. He's garbage. Let's be honest about it, bro. The guy's fucking garbage. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The man is garbage as fuck. Jacksonville? I don't even know who plays on Jacksonville. I can't even, you know, I was watching the game like, okay, trying to read jersey numbers. Like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? I don't even know who the fuck is there other than Bortles. I don't know who else is there. The fucking, yo, there is no excuse for the New York Football Giants to have lost this game. There is no excuse. No excuse. Carolina at Minnesota. Minnesota 31, Carolina 13. Whenever you have the opposite numbers for the score, it's never a good thing, Cam Newton. But a lot of the things had to do with the special teams. You know, they had a couple punts blocked for return for touchdowns. I understand all that. Cam Newton still played like shit. So this has to be the season where people have to make a decision. Are we going to fire Riverboat Ron and just get rid of Cam Newton because he's a bumburger bitch? Or are we going to ride it out like champions, bro? Cam Newton is garbage as fuck. Like, it's not a... Listen, bro, I know he has no offensive line. I know that, oh, bro, yeah, Cam Newton. No, Ace Boogie's a bum, dog. Ace Boogie is a bum. Trust me when I tell you, he is garbage. That's with an accent on it. Garbage on it. I don't know, was I going Italian on there? Garbage. I don't know what it is, but listen to me. Cam Newton is a bum. Minnesota, on the other hand, played an excellent game. Special teams won this game, though. You can't have 2 block punts, return for TDs, and expect to win. You know, I'm sorry. But overall, decent game for Minnesota. I like what I'm seeing. Can't argue what happened. But all I took from this game is that Cam Newton is what I thought he was at the beginning of the season. A certified bum. New Orleans at Pittsburgh. New Orleans 35, Pittsburgh 32. What more can I say, bro? I benched you, Drew Brees. I didn't believe in you, bro. And then you came out and put on a fucking show in Pittsburgh. Listen, bro. I lost because I'm a dick, bro. Why would I ever bench you for fucking Tony Romo? I'm a dick, bro. I deserve the L on my file, bro. And you see Palomalo right here and shit, bro, with his nice hair and shit. Yo, bro, you did him in the mouth. I can't be mad at you. New Orleans came out, did what was right, took care of a punk bitch, and that's it. Whatever, bro. Listen, Pittsburgh, fuck you. You couldn't hold it up. You couldn't do your job, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But New Orleans, bro, I took you out, Drew Brees. I doubted you. You came out and you played big, bro. You started off the game pretty shitty, though. If you guys are watching this game, they were playing clamp down deep Pittsburgh in the beginning of this game. They couldn't do anything. But after that Benjamin Watson touchdown, bro, everything just went to shit. And so did the Steelers defense. So pretty good game overall. Big Ben is trying to squeeze shit in any way he wants to and shit, like it's one of those girls he tried to rape, and then he just fucked everything up. So it's whatever, bro. Like, I don't really give a shit no more about these guys. These guys fucking suck balls, dog. But overall, good shit for New Orleans. They're playing in the shitty division, and every win counts. So it was a big win. Oakland at St. Louis. St. Louis 52, Oakland 0. The big thing about this game was the 5 Ram players that came out with their hands up in protest about the Ferguson and the Mike Brown shooting and stuff like that. I did a video about it and a podcast. I'm not gonna go into it again, but definitely check out my podcast on iTunes. It's called the five Ram players, hands up protest. Definitely listen to my insight on it, because it has to. It's just a whole debacle of where people are making. They're attacking it for the wrong reasons, and you guys should definitely listen to my insight if you're interested. It's available just like these podcasts. For my recaps are on iTunes for GmiasWorld, or you can watch it on YouTube, or on my website, www.GmiasWorld.com. But I speak about that and say certain things that people are assumingly agreeing with. It's bigger than the whole bullshit that they're making it out to be, and that's just like a mask for them to control the public. But St. Louis went out here and they saw a fucking open prostitute, and everybody got condoms on and just fucked the Raiders. That's exactly what happened. The Raiders are garbage. I told you they would have 1 win. They're going to be 1-15, and that's going to be it. Listen, the Rams defense stifled them. They destroyed their world. It was fucking horrible. Very hilarious, but horrible. If St. Louis played like this, the way they played everybody else, they would be probably a playoff team. I'm telling you, like, they destroyed Oakland. It was so funny when I was flipping back and forth. I had to stay to watch the destruction of Oakland, bro. I remember, like, David Carr tried to run out of the pocket, throw the ball through a pit. Like, it was. They beat the fuck out these guys. It was horrible. It's very embarrassing to even talk about it right now. Oakland Raiders, they're an embarrassment to themselves, their families, the stockbrokers in New York, like anybody, bro. They're just an embarrassment. Horrible game. Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. Cincinnati 14, Tampa Bay 13. The biggest thing about this game was them having 12 men on the field at the end of the game for Tampa Bay. Lovie Smith should be fired this year. He should be gone this year. Lovie Smith should be gone this year. So should Marvin Lewis. But right now, I'm on Lovie Smith. Because for you to have 12 men on the field, how does that happen, bro? How does that happen at that point in the game? How do you do that? Lovie Smith, you're an asshole. That's how it happens. You should be fired. Both of you guys suck. This game shouldn't even been that close to Cincinnati. I don't even need to talk about it. Listen, Marvin Lewis is a fucking disgrace. That's it, bro. The Cincinnati Bengals are not going anywhere while he's the head coach. That is all. Next game, Arizona at Atlanta. Atlanta 29, Arizona 18. This game surprised me. Out of every fucking game I watched, this game surprised me. How the fuck do you lose to the fucking Falcons, bro? Arizona, are you fucking serious? Are you serious right now? You really lost to the Falcons, the Dirty Birds, where they're actually dirty and garbage this year. Are you fucking serious? I couldn't believe what I was seeing, bro. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on. But then again, Atlanta's still in the playoff hunt, under 500. What the fuck you want me to do? Bro, this shit is hilarious. The NFL is a fucking hilarious freak show. That's all it is. Arizona, on the other hand, better wake the fuck up. Their defense is playing well. They got to figure out what's going on with the quarterback, and they got to make it happen. They still got the tools that's necessary to get big wins. It's not about Carson Palmer. I don't care about what nobody says. Carson Palmer is a certified bum. It doesn't matter. They got to fix this shit. And Bruce Arians knows what to do. I think he can get something rolling, and I think they can make a big push towards the end of the year. This game was the shit. New England at Green Bay. Green Bay 26, New England 21. Hands off. I mean, what is it? Hats off to Aaron Rodgers. You outdueled Tom Brady. Huge win. Something that people are saying may be a preview to the Super Bowl. I don't know about that because Green Bay has to beat the Seahawks. But this was a huge win. I can't really say that it was something that was guaranteed to happen because the game was very tough fought and it could have went either way. But Aaron Rodgers pulling this win out on a hot New England team is fucking huge. Huge. That's all I can really say about it. Like, you guys can talk about highlights, all that shit like that. I'm talking about the fact that this was a hard-fought game, and all you can do is just say, look, kudos to the guy that comes away with it, because you're talking about major competition. You're talking about Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers. You're talking about big-time guys that have Super Bowls under their belts and have been here. This was a huge game and a huge win for Aaron Rodgers. That's all I'm going to say, bro. I'm not going to say anything else. Bro, I can't really talk about highlights. It wasn't many of them. I'm just going to tell you this right now. Hard-fought game, back to the wall. Aaron Rodgers came out on top. Tom Brady went away and put his Uggs on and went to go do interviews and look like a bitch. That's what happened. Denver at Kansas City. Denver 29, Kansas City 16. Kansas City played like shit. I don't know if, you know, Andy Reid didn't have enough cheesesteaks from Philly delivered to him, but they played like shit. The Broncos played very, very well early on. They were beating the fuck out of them. Kansas City made a push towards the end, but it didn't really matter because I bet Denver anyway, so it didn't matter. But Denver they were just a better team. Like I said, my thoughts still go out to Eric Berry. That's a huge loss for Kansas City, but at the same time, you still got to come up and step up and play big. And Peyton Manning threw a lot of floppers and garbage passes that just weren't picked by this Kansas City defense. You got to remember, at the end of the day, Peyton Manning has a noodle arm. He will throw bullshit, and you got to make him pay, and they didn't. And that's why they came up short. And that's the bottom line with this game. There was nothing major about it. Peyton Manning was able to come off like Peyton Manning because he made really, really big plays towards the beginning of the game, but he threw up a lot of floppers, bro. A lot of fish-tailed fucking wild passes that were unacceptable. And it is what it is. Miami at New York Jets. Miami 16, New York Jets 13. At one point, the Jets were up 10-0 in this game. And I was saying to myself, they're going to lose this game. And everybody was like, yo, bro, you crazy. They're going to do it. They're going to play for Rex Ryan. It's beyond playing for Rex Ryan. When you start a guy that looks like this, when you start a guy that looks like Geno Smith, a guy that looks like a burnt raccoon, you cannot expect success. You cannot. It doesn't matter. Geno Smith will not be a quarterback very long in this league. Trust me when I tell you that. Rex Ryan will also be fired. Listen, bro, a lot of mistakes were made. A lot of things happened. Doesn't matter at this point. You gotta fix the shit. You cannot continue. Geno Smith is a bum. He's a bum. And that is it. You know, yo, look, Ryan Leaf, we discovered, you know, he was drafted high. We saw he was a bum. That was it. This guy, Geno Smith, is a bum. He's ugly, and that's a problem. That's the problem for the face of a franchise. I'm trying to tell you guys the way that society is. You can't look like this guy and look at his face. He just looks like a clown-ass bitch. You cannot do this. It cannot happen. Bottom line, it cannot happen. It did though, and that's it. He threw the game-ending interception. Who would expect anything less from Geno Smith? That's what I'm gonna say. Everybody's like, oh, yo, bro. No, he's gonna do it, bro. It's just a matter of time. It's like Jay Cutler. He's gonna throw you the ball. What the fuck don't you guys understand? He's fucking trash. Geno Smith is a bum. Miami played horribly and still won because the Jets are a shit pile. The one thing I can tell you though, their running game is fierce. If they just, you know, if they focus on the run game, their running game is monstrous, bro. Like, everybody was putting in work. Chris Johnson, the other boy, what's that boy name with the other dirty dreads? I got his name. I think he's like number like 33. He was putting in work. A lot of the guys, you know, their dreads look really, really dirty and stink. You know, Chris Johnson and the other guys. But for the Ivory. But like I said, it was a great win for the Dolphins because it keeps them in contention. And the Jets, who cares? You weren't gonna do anything anyway. What are you playing for pride? Get the fuck out of here. You guys suck, man. And that's the bottom line, bro. Geno Smith, as long as you look like that, bro, get a face implant. You can't, bro. Plastic surgery is something. You can't. Something has to give. But you can't look like that and expect to win football games. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Rex Ryan should be fired before the season's over, just so that we can start rebuilding, and New York can at least say, you know, take a deep breath. So should Tom Coughlin. Both New York teams are fucking horrible. They're horrible this year. It's embarrassing to watch, and they need to go away and just roll down a hill and never come back. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of Week 13. I'll be back next week with more ridiculous commentary. Definitely share this podcast. Spread the word of GmiasWorld everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, just spread it. Not like spreading your cheeks or anything, just spread the word, I mean. And enjoy the rest of your week, man. I'll see you guys next week for Week 14. Until next time, it's always one love.